Okay, we'll continue now with our post-race here at the 15th Annual Cobalt Tools 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Our third-place finisher and our points leader after the first three events of the 2012 season is Greg Biffle. And today he drove the number 16 3M McGuire's Ford for Roush Fenway Racing. Greg, we were talking on Friday in here just about a very good start for your race team. You're the points leader now going to Bristol. You know, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's certainly started off to be, a good season for us so far. Just plain and simply, Matt Pusha is the reason why we're, running and competing and finishing where we are. This team needed leadership, and he was willing to step up and take the task on, and he's done a fantastic job so far. We were a little disappointed. Certainly we ran third and we qualified ninth, but good weekend so far. But we were a little faster than we were, or we were faster last year here. So we were kind of scratching our head a little bit. So we knew it was going to be a tough battle today. We knew that some cars had better speed than us, and that if we just hung tough and kept our track position and worked on it, we might be there at the end. And that's certainly what happened today. But it was clear that the 14 and 48 were just a little bit better than we were. 17 car looked like he was a little bit better than we were. But like we thought it would come out, we had about a top 5 car and finished third. So we're super excited about it. But there again, we want to win like the 14 car did today. So we're gonna keep our heads down and keep working hard.
Questions for Greg? Take one right here.
Jim Hunter, Show Observer. Greg, in the media tour and preseason, you talked a lot about all the different changes that you guys had made at the team. How much of all that in the first 3 weeks can you tell has made a difference in where you are right now?
Yeah, it's has all to do 100% to do with where we're at right now. That's why we changed it and put the crew chief in charge last year, and then we kept handcuffs on him. Wouldn't let him change any people or change out guys as he went 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks into, his job. So we waited till the off season. I say we, Robbie and all the guys waited till the off season to make the changes because, we were waiting to figure out what we're going to do with the 6 car. So, we're waiting to see what was going to happen if we get, because it would determine whether we got a sponsor for the 6 or not. So if we had to downsize, we're going to have a bunch of people that we could move internally around the company. So Matt got to, really with free reign, I think, got to pick, the guys he wanted on the 16. And, so it's all been Matt. Matt's done this whole thing himself and with some guidance from, the company.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, do you get to look at the mapping on, obviously restarts look like they're going to be important this year, especially with this fuel injection stuff. Do you get to look at Tony's stuff and see where he was doing whatever?
I don't think NASCAR has decided whether they're going to release the map yet on the top 5 cars or winning cars or whatever. We would certainly look at it because any data available you're going to look at, whether it helps you or not. It was clear that the 14 car had more power than we did. He could, and it appeared to me like he was better, had more power in the 48. He could kind of drive away from him. That car was very, very fast. It's been a long time since I've seen a car that fast. We were have a hard. I might go back on my words a little bit because we were really tight in the center of the corner. So I couldn't use the throttle the way I needed to. I was off the gas way longer in the corner than probably he was in the 48. Obviously, that's why they're faster. But still in the restarts, I just never seen a car drive off like that. They got something going on with their cars that it has carried over from last year, clearly.
Go ahead. We'll take another question for Greg. Go ahead. Right here.
Greg, Andrea Pelkey, ESPN. When you were behind Tony on that restart with 30 to go, around 30 to go, what were your thoughts when he went 3 wide right on the beginning?
When Tony did?
Yeah.
I'm going with him. Thank you for making the hole for me. And, that was a difference between my car and his car. I was able to pull up on his bumper going down in the corner, but my car starts sliding the nose on the bottom. And I was sliding up it, and I had to come out of the gas, or I was going to get into the 2 car. And until I got it to turn a little bit, then I got back to the gas. So now I'm side by side with the 2. My car just didn't turn good enough today. That's what I lacked. And we fought loose in practice and kept working on it. And finally, at the end of the day, we got it to where it was pretty good. And today I was just too tight, right for a drop from the green. And we just kind of pecked at it. We should have taken 2-3 rounds of wedge out. We took a half a round out, raised the track bar half a round or 1 round, and I just was not aggressive enough at, I should have taken 2-3 rounds out of it, or raised the track bar ½ inch, or maybe pulled a rubber out of the left rear, and I would have been maybe up their tailpipe a little bit more at the end there. But it's we had a good run. Even then, I don't know if we had a car that was fast enough.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, Greg, Al Pearson, Auto Week. Is clean air so important that if you're not up there, you basically aren't going to pass anybody?
Yeah, it's just so important. Not quite so much here. I mean, it's very important, but here you can move around a little bit. But because you can run the bottom in 1 and 2, or run the top. And you could kind of do the same down here in 3 and 4. But, there were several times I would get within, it seems like it's further distance behind him. I'd get within 15 car lengths of the 48 car, and my car just stopped. I couldn't get any closer, So then I'd start crisscrossing around and running the bottom, and I would suck way up on him. Now I'm within 8 car lengths of him, and I go down to 3 and 4, and I try and run above him. And it starts sliding the nose, because of the dirty air, and then we come off the corner, and I'm back to 15 car lengths. So, you kind of move around the racetrack, cat and mouse. But, yeah, definitely the guy out front has got it made. And, it makes a big difference about everywhere we go, Let's
go upstairs, press box. Questions? Any questions?
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Greg, on that final restart when the 3 Roush cars went 3 wide, did you have an idea what was going on between the 99 and the 17? And on Tuesday, how uncomfortable do you think it's going to be in the team meeting?
Well, I mean, you got to get what you can get. We saw the 14 go 3 wide on the 2 car. And unfortunately, these days, you got to race each car like you have to, you're passing for the position. Now you're not probably going to, put the guy out in the weeds, and jeopardize him, wrecking. But, it's you got to do what you got to do, I guess. And I didn't know we were 3 wide. I didn't, my spotter told me Carl was on the apron below the 17, and I found that to be, a surprise. So I moved up the racetrack and gave about as much room as I thought I needed or could, and just held my line through the corner. And when I looked out the side mirror, the 99 car was coming up the track, and was going to hit me. And I started moving up a little bit to try and give him a little bit of room on the bottom. And then my spotter told me the 17's looking at the top. I was like, what else can happen in one corner? But there wasn't room for the 17 above me. I don't know if he saw that exactly. It may look like he was, because the replay showed the 17 was behind the 99. And the 99 kind of got stalled out on my inside. The 99 finally had to lift, or he's probably going to be in my side. And, so, I mean, as long as we're not beating and shoving on each other, I suppose anything goes.
Go ahead, Tom.
Tom Zaleski, the Spectrum of St. George, Utah. Hey, Greg, the way this race was flowing back and forth, and you're trying to find ideal lines and blocking and chaos and all kinds of mass hysteria, what What does it do to your thinking, your thought process as you're behind the wheel and trying to figure out the ideal line to travel with where you aren't getting too far behind?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out to get a clean lane, to try and get my car to go where I can, and then I was just hoping those two guys up there would kind of get a little bumping and shoving and, slow up a little bit so I could get a chance to get on them, because it is hard to pass, and I thought maybe if I got out in front of them. But there again, my car when I was out front or when I get in a corner really fast, I think it was hitting the splitter a little bit, so that was hurting me. But, you're just looking for where the car can get the most grip is all you're trying to do.